Yeah, wheels first. That's pretty cool, that. Excited and nervous. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you're new to the channel, I bought a 2025 Yamaha YZ250. Now, a lot of people are asking why I didn't buy the X version, and that's because in the UK, they don't sell the X version. So I have to make do with the Yamaha YZ250 motocross bike. So what I'm doing is I'm converting this into an enduro bike. To be specific, a hard enduro bike. So far, we fitted handguards, we fitted a kickstand, and we've also fitted a hitless power valve kit. Now I am new to all this and I've never built a bike before. My mechanical mind is actually terrible, so I'm learning as I go and hopefully you can learn with me. So today we got some new things to fit, and one of the things we're going to fit first is these new custom made Envy wheels, and they are sick. Right, do you want to see these custom made billet hubs? They are absolutely beautiful. Look at these. That guy out there. So as you can see, we've got the black rims with the blue hubs. Thanks to Envy, custom made, they're amazing. So this is gonna look pretty cool. So obviously the Yamaha YZ250 comes with a 19-inch rear wheel, but for enduro we need an 18-inch rear wheel. So that's why we got these, and then we got the front wheel. Let's have a look at the front one. Look. Look at that. Thumbnail. They're nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they are lovely.
So yeah, make sure you go check out Envy Wheels if you can, because they hooked us up with some really, really nice rims. Right, so there is a problem with having really nice wheels. Let me explain what that is. Over here, in these secret wrapped parcels, is Plu's tyres and Plu's Extreme mousses. Now, these are phenomenal. So I can't wait to put them on the bike. I'll show you the mousse in a minute and the tyres. But basically, I don't change tyres. I've only recently ever changed my first tyre, and that went kind of wrong and I scratched the rims. Now we have brand new rims. I've got to fit these on those. I know what you're thinking. It is crazy that I've never changed tyres before, but I've got very good friends that change them for me. But basically what we want to do is get these tyres on the rims, get them on the bike, and then we're going to head up to K-Tech Suspension. Going to go see Mick, and then he's going to sort out my suspension. I need the bike lowered because this bike is quite tall, which I'll show you when I get it down and sit on it. Basically, I don't want a lowering kit. I want the bike lowered internally, which I've never had done before, but it's meant to be amazing, and Mick's the guy to go to. So we're going to try that out. But first, let's get these tyres, mousses on the rims, and we can talk you through that. Right, so these are the mousses.
You just remember to cut away from yourself. Oh.
There we go. Man. Here we have the rear one. So these are Extreme mousses, nice and soft. We've got the front one. It's also an Extreme, nice and soft. Cutting towards myself again.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
I just feel more comfortable, I don't know why. Yeah, I should cut more.
I was thinking that when I saw you put the blade down.
I
thought,
I just don't want to cut the rubber, you know? Oh, mate. They've got the writing. And they've got a lot of plastic. Oh, no, it's cable tie. I thought the plastic was super strong.
like when you're trying to pull the rads off with the bolts still in it.
Right, you ready for the big reveal? Ta-da! Look at that. God, Plu's. They're amazing tyres, and they also make the best looking ones. Right, put the tyres on the rims.
Yeah?
You know, guess what I've done?
What have you done?
So you know the only thing that I was in charge of in this whole build, the one thing I had to order that I've forgotten?
Oh, you haven't.
I have.
You forgot rim locks.
I forgot the rim locks. So we've got the wheels, we've got the tyres, I forgot the rim locks.
Oh my God.
Right, well, the only thing I can do is come back to you in about 2 seconds, which will be another day when I got rim locks. And just like that, we're back 2 days later. So I managed to get some rim locks. So got these from Daltons. Just to let you know, everything I'm doing to this bike, all the parts I'm getting on this bike, you can get from Daltons. So just follow them on Instagram. I'll leave a link down below. And you can get a new Yamaha if you want to. So what we're gonna do is fit these rim locks, fit the tires. I've never fitted tires before. I'm not gonna bore you with it because it will take me a very long time, so I'll speed it up. And if anything interesting happens, like I scratch a rim, I'll stop the video. In a bit, I wanna address some Cody Webb beef that everyone's been talking about. Stay tuned for that. So if you're new here and you've never changed a tire before, you can join me, because I've only ever changed one. And I've seen some comments in previous videos where people say they're basically the same as me, where they have really good friends that do everything for them. That's what I've been doing for years. So good friends like Az over here, which also long-time subscribers would know Az on the channel as Rocket Ralph. And they are losing their heads that your name isn't Ralph.
I couldn't believe it, actually.
So his real name's Aaron, which caused the internet to go crazy and have a go at me for some reason. There you go. You made up your own nickname. It's not my fault. See, this is what, just before we move on to the other wheel, this is what it's like to be a newbie. Cover it in tape completely, both sides. You just cannot scratch it. I mean, me, I can, but I do want to discuss the Cody Webb thing. So I've been seeing comments, right, on the previous videos, and everyone's saying, oh, it's the Cody Webb effect, and he's copying Cody Webb. You know,
I do.
Az knows as well as I know what the truth is. And the truth is, which I will stick some screenshots on the screen. In, I think it was November, was it?
Yep, November.
I messaged Az and I said, I want a Yamaha. And then he goes on to tell me how you can convert these into an enduro bike. And that was in November. And then I'll stick another screenshot up where Cody Webb signs for Yamaha in December and then started his build. So kind of we came up with it first. I mean, not first. There's plenty of people in the 80s, 90s. But yeah, so Cody, if you're watching, I love watching your build. I'm learning from your build. We did it first.
Yeah, he's been really helpful.
No, really helpful. Like, because so Az has been messaging Cody and he's been giving us tips on what to use and all the different parts. So big shout out to Cody Webb for that, because he has been a big help for this build. But I just infuriated with the comments, people saying I'm copying. I'm not copying. It's my idea. To be fair, since Cody's been doing this build, it's actually good. And like people like myself who can watch someone as professional as Cody do a build and mess up a tyre like this.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's great. Do you know what? I hate myself sometimes for how stupid I am. Oh, I hate changing tyres. Right, so tyres were hard work, but I finally managed to do them. Here they are, all done. I removed the wheel off there, so I just got to put the new tyres back on. And then once they're back on, I'll show you a quick glimpse of the bike as it stands, and then we're going to head up to K-Tech suspension, which I can't wait to show you, because if you're not the average height, I guess, of like 6 foot, and you're something like me who's 5'9", I've never had a bike lowered before, and they're going to lower my bike internally, so I can talk you through that process when we get there. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Right, the wheels are back on. If you're wondering where P. Diddy's lube is, it's all over me. Oh, baby. Look at that. The hubs look absolutely incredible. They go so nice to the bike. And the Plus tyres, the writing, everyone loves the writing. And let me just address one thing, because I saw in the comments on previous videos, everyone was wondering about this stand, which is pretty cool. You can get these from Daltons, so hit them up on Instagram, and you can get one of these cool stands, which I really like, because you don't have to bend down and work on the bike. But anyway, wheels on, tyres on. Let's head to K-Tech. And just like that, we arrived at K-Tech. We've had a bit of dramas. The van stopped working this morning, and then we nearly didn't make it, but we finally made it. And now we're here, and let me just show you inside, because it's pretty sick. Here we are. Excited, Mick?
So excited.
So basically, every time we come here, we always bring bikes that have got forks full of bog juice. From Aaron, oh, Ralph, sorry. The Ralph Aaron. So I got my bike, and Aaron's actually bought a 250 as well, so we're going to convert 2 bikes. All right, so Mick, one thing I want to ask you is I need to lower it. Yeah. So just explain what that process is like.
So we'll see when we start stripping the stuff down, but simply put, we'll put a spacer inside the forks and the shock to shorten the stroke on them. Now that'll bring the whole height of the bike down. I always like to go around for sort of enduro guys, around about 30 mil.
So it's not going to affect the handling?
No, because we're bringing everything down evenly, so we're not like shifting everything to the back or to the front. The whole thing comes down evenly.
The bikes are really, really tall. Like my KTM's quite tall as well. So I've never lowered a bike before, but Mick said that we can do it internally. So I'm quite excited about that. So I'll show you how that's done. And then, yeah, we'll end up riding it at some point, and then I'll let you know how it goes. So let's get building. So basically, I'm meant to be doing everything on this bike, but I'm going to let Mick do the suspension. I know people are going to want to see me do it, but I can't do it, so I'm not going to. That's where I belong. Here we are. Look at you with the big rig. I got a little iPhone. Right, Mick, just let me ask you a question here. So we're lowering my bike.
Yep.
What else are we doing to the suspension? This series now, I'm trying to learn as I go, so you need to tell me what you're doing.
So what we're going to do on these ones, we're going to be fitting the ORVS kit, which is the off-road valve system on that. So we're going to get rid of all the standard parts out of the cartridge, then going to get fitted with our ones. Ultimately, what you're going to get is a tailored setup for you.
All right, cool. Right, we're learning more. Aren't we?
Loads.
Well, look at this. That's the service you get at KTEC. Right, Mick's dismantled all the forks, and now we're going to get into lowering them. So I'm really interested in this. I don't know if you are, but I really want to figure out how they actually lower the bike internally. So he's going to lower the front forks. I think he's doing the rear shock as well, but we'll just talk to Mick now and see what that process looks like, because I'm quite fascinated by it, and I hope you are too.
So this is your piston rod as it's normal.
Yeah.
And then when we lower them, what we do is we put a spacer on there, so that then restricts the amount of rod that will push through on the cartridge. So we've done different measurements. This one's 30 mil, okay. So that's generally the most we would like to lower a bike more by. But you could go more than that, but any more, and that's when you start getting ground clearance issues.
So it's as simple as that?
That's it. It's as easy as that. And we do that pretty much the same for the rear shock, and that brings the whole bike down. So you can see the one here on the left is the one that's been lowered, so it's got the spacer in there. And then the one on the right.
So that's the difference in height?
Exactly, yeah, that's it. So that's the difference it'll make by putting that spacer in there. So it just brings all that in 30 minutes.
That's cool. They finally made it for short people. Not like you, you giant. And just to let everyone know, if you want your suspension done here and you want it lowered like I'm having to, basically the best thing to do is to give Mick a ring on the phone and he can talk you through it. You'll find out your weight, your height, and you'll lower it to your spec then. So that's the best thing to do.
So we've got a piston to go in this shock.
Yeah.
And it is going to be a world's first. So there'll be no other shock in the world that's going to have the piston that's in this shock. So you are getting...
Was it one you've been working on?
Yeah, it's proper factory. Like this is going to be...
So I get to test it?
Yeah.
And give feedback?
You're the test pilot.
That's pretty cool, thanks. That's awesome. I mean, I don't know what you expect feedback-wise, but... Yeah, Will's first. That's pretty cool, that. Excited and nervous. See, me and Mick working together, you know?
Factory team here.
Yeah, well, he offered me a job, but I'm quite a busy man. Building bikes and stuff for a living. Is that all you do, is just spin it?
Yeah, that's the one way of doing it.
What's the other way?
I do it like... I always like to
Well, I'd rather see what you do.
Yeah, I just like to pull the front of the bike down like that, so you're working it through its travel.
And now it's straight.
Yeah, and then you can do your pinch box up.
Cool. With the talks. Can we all not watch?
Isn't that the whole point?
Good point. There you go. Right, the bike is finished. It's lowered. It's got the kit installed. So I just want to show you, Aaron's bike is the standard height, and mine is now lowered. So have a look at the difference just standing. So you see quite a big difference there.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll just show you what I was dealing with the standard bikes. Come over here, Az. See how tall this bike is. So this is this is the normal height. I'm about 5'9". Look at that. So this is unrideable for me. Like if you're going to pivot turn as good as I do. Let's see how this one is. Look at that. Look at that. So mate, how much have you lowered this now?
That's now gone 30 mil.
So 30 mil lower. So you saw how high the standard one was. Nice. I can't wait to test this out.